I will go over this type of problem today with you guys. Now, we've already somewhat done these, and I can't remember, I don't think you had a question like this on the quiz. I think you had to fill out like one part of this for the quiz. So like you were given, I got it. So you were given one thing on the quiz, and then you were asked to change it to another. So you didn't have this entire table. But on the test, you'll have two questions like this. So I thought we should do some together, and then today that's what we're gonna just practice to make sure we're good at it, because it's a third of the test. Do you have a choice on who you want to roll today? Yeah. So who's going to roll? You can pick somebody, or I could just roll it to see who's gonna roll. You wanna do it, Courtney? Yeah. Excellent. We don't trust Jersey with it because we want it to stay on the desk. We don't wanna drop it on the ground. You just drop it at the top and it rolls. And then you just read the two numbers, whatever order you want.
1 and 6.
1, 6. Landon, are you ready? You haven't had to answer a question for so long. It's time. Okay, I apparently have a piggy bank. We won't discuss that. But I have $5. Each week I earn $2 for cleaning the house. Now, I was hoping what you could do was tell me how to start doing one of these other three things. Because this situation could be written as an equation, as a table, as a graph. I don't really care what we fill out. How about, what do you want to start with?
Probably table.
Sure. Okay, so X is going to be how many weeks? Y is going to be the amount of money. Okay, so at 0 weeks, so before I start working, how much money do I have?
5.
Perfect. If I work 1 week,
7.
perfect. It just goes up $2. Okay, nice job. Nora, you're 1/4. Okay, I was hoping you could help me graph it or write the equation. And if you're unsure, I'm gonna guess graphing might be easier, but I don't know. I don't know what's easier for you. So, okay, we'll go to the graph. Do you remember how I graph 0, 5? So this is like the point 0, 5. First number means left and right. Second number means up and down. So 0, 5 would be 0 to the right, 5 up. So if I start in the center, 0 to the right, well, right here, 5 up would be right there. We okay with that? Okay, can you describe to me how I would graph 1, 7? What does the 1 tell me to do? 1 to which direction? If you are writing notes down in your packet, and if you're having trouble answering this question to yourself, what's a good idea for you guys is to write little notes that tell you how to do it. So that when you're taking the test and you look back at this question, you'll remember what this means. So the X number means where you graph left and right, Y number up and down. 1, 7 would mean 1 to the right, 7 up. So I'd go 1 to the right, 7 up. How about 2, 9? What would that mean? 2 to the right. Perfect. 2 to the right, 9 up, which doesn't really mesh with our graph. And then 311 also doesn't really fit on the graph, but I know exactly where the point would be because it makes a straight line. Okay, nice job, Nora. And again, if you had trouble doing any parts of this on your own, it usually helps to write a little note to yourself to remember it. 1-1? What's with the 1? Oh, you're putting away your laptop now. Oh, that was nice. Okay, can you help me write the equation? I'll spot you y equals. Okay, now, do you need some refreshers on this or anything?
What do you wanna do? So,
I see you are right along following with us.
yeah, you said word problem, right?
Nope, it's already written.
Oh, for this one.
Well, the one that's on the board.
Alright.
Okay, the number that goes on the x is how much it changes between the numbers. So the slope.
2x
Okay, good, because it goes up 2 each time, 2x.
plus 5.
And then the number by itself is where it starts from next to 0. Good. I mean, I know you remember doing this before, but it's been a little bit, and so I'm assuming you forgot details. Number 2, Rowan, we gotta wake you up. What? You look like you're about ready to fall asleep. Your notes haven't been written on. Oh, yeah, okay, there we go. Good, help me on number 2. We are given an equation, and that's it. We can answer in words what the equation says. We don't have to come up with a situation. If you want to come up with a situation, you can. Like the one from number 1, that's fine. Otherwise, in words, I'm okay with you just telling me where it starts from and how it changes. Okay, so, or we can make a table or a graph. What would you like to do? Yeah, I don't know either, that's why I asked you. You want me to just tell you one of them to do? Sure, okay. Table. Should I tell you a different one? Graph. How would I graph that equation? Where does it start at? What's the y-intercept? Right idea, wrong number. It's the number by itself. So the 2 is the y-intercept. That's where you start from. I will make a point on the y-axis. The negative 1/3 is the slope, or how it changes. And then, reminder for you guys, if you need it, slope is rise over run. So if we are graphing negative 1/3, that would be down 1. I'll put the negative on the top always. Down 1 to the right 3. So from this other point, I will go down 1 to the right 3. There is my line. Let's go 5-1. Jersey will not like that, but we'll go 5-1. There is no 1-5, that's right.
What do you want me to do?
I feel like some of you guys have trouble living on your own. Because you need somebody to tell you every little step. We have done the equation.
Yep.
There are, look at the graph. There are 2 empty boxes that we are going to fill out. You get to choose which one of those 2 boxes we will fill up. We're just basically trying to fill out the entire problem.
Yeah, I'll do the table.
Okay,
The
where does it start from?
0, 2.
Good. Because 2 is the y-intercept, we are starting from 2. Most people go by 1s. You don't have to, but most people do. How would we find the next answer? I'll just tell you what it is, but how would we find it?
By adding 2.
No. Right idea though. So 2 is where we started from. The other number is how it changes each time. So the negative 1/3 would mean our table's gonna go down 1/3 each time. And yes, you will have a calculator. I do not remember if the test has fractions or not. I usually try to make them work out nice, so that you can go through the test quickly. But regardless, so I'm gonna go down 1/3. 2 minus 1/3 would be 1 2/3.
1.67.
Send Titus out of here. He did that yesterday too.
I'm going to lean into it, and Titus isn't gonna know how to contain himself. What do we do next?
2 and then minus 1/3.
Okay, then we subtract 1/3 again, which would give us 1.33. I don't care if you guys use fractions or decimals. And if I hear Titus giggling in the middle of the test, I'll know it's a 0.67.
And then 3 and 1.
Perfect, I was gonna say, I bet you know the next answer. Good. Okay, now if you decided you hate fractions, some people would write 3, 1, and then 6, 2. Like you could do that if you wanted to, but I'm not expecting you to. Okay, nice job.
1, 4.
I don't think you've rolled a single time without a 1.
Wait, just re-roll me.
Like, I feel like
6, 5.
the probability of that happening is crazy. 6, 5. Alize. In words, can you tell me what that equation tells us to do? Like, what does the 2 represent? What does the negative 1/3 represent? 'Cause that's kind of what words would require. Or you can make up a situation that goes with that, but that's usually dumb and terrible. I know I've heard you speak a lot. Now you are silent.
Because I don't know how to find the answer to this
There is no answer, it's words.
one. Yeah. I don't know.
Where does this equation start from?
2.
Okay, so that's the first thing we write down. Starts at 2. And then how much does it change each time?
1/3.
Nope.
-1.
Yep. So you can say it changes by negative 1/3 each time, or you could say down by 1/3 each time. It doesn't matter how you phrase that. If you say down, then it's assumed you're talking about negative. I think most of you will probably just say changes by negative 1/3 each time. So this is words. And on the test, that's all the more I expect you to write down for words if you need to. Like, I am absolutely okay with that, because if you write those words, that tells me that you understand how the equation is set up. I really don't care about you making up a situation, but again, if you wanna make up a situation because you're bored and it's fun, go for it. Some of you are very creative, I'm not. I always appreciate watching like people make creative doodles and things because I can't do that at all. Like literally the only thing I can draw is 3D geometric shapes. And that's definitely not creative. Okay. Rather than doing another one with you, what I would like you guys to do, oh shoot, what page is this, 34? The next 3 pages, 34, 35, 36 are all tables. And it does not matter if you get it done today. Our test is next Wednesday. We are gonna be reviewing and going over things together until next Wednesday. So my hope is by then you should be really good at all the different things. These tables are very good at forcing you to do a bunch of different things. Okay. I was about to say, feel free to move around, but you guys already did that.